Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Transformation Tuesday, August 16th, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie. Our very special guest today is no stranger to the acting game. He is an actor, he's an acting coach, and he's went on to do so much more throughout his career. And he's here to talk about his new project, The Brother Size, live on stage. Joining me today, ladies and gentlemen, we have Damien J. Wallace. So let me add him. I hope you guys all are doing awesome today. I'm feeling awesome. I took a break, and that break was definitely well needed. So we won't get a show Friday, but we have a show tomorrow and Thursday. So without further ado, let's welcome our very special guest, Damien J. Wallace. Make sure you guys share the live to let everyone know that Style by Stevie Talk Show is live, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello.
Hello, how you doing? I'm sorry, I was
I'm
trying to
doing
figure out
wonderful.
technology. I'm not that great at it.
We got you, and you're good. You're here.
Yes, yes, yes. Thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. Welcome to the dollhouse. Before we start this interview, how has 2022 been for you thus far? Because I know we've had some ups and downs and challenges with this pandemic or whatever. How has 2022 been for you thus far?
It's been prosperous. I've done some great work. Been around some amazing people. So for me, anytime I'm around my craft and in my craft, that's my safe haven. So it's been wonderful.
Okay, okay. So let's get right into this interview. Tell us about Damien J. Wallace. How did you get your start into acting? And my co-host is here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not only going to be conducting this interview, but my co-host Johnny here is going to be helping me as well too. So let's welcome him back also.
Are we waiting for? Johnny? There we go.
There he
Hey,
is. Welcome,
What's up, y'all?
welcome.
what's happening?
How's it going, Damien?
Oh, right. That's actually it's my middle name.
Damien?
The J the J in Damien J. Wallace it's actually for Johnny.
Hey.
It was my birth name,
All right, all right.
Okay.
which is part of my story. I was born in North Carolina, but I grew up primarily in between Boston and New York. And growing up in New York in the 70s, I got involved with the wrong crowd and was going in the wrong direction. And so my mother, being a single mother of two children at the time, living with her, decided, to have a male figure in my life. She sent me to Boston to stay with my grandfather. So I stayed there. But early on, I was introduced by a guy named Al Fan. He introduced me to acting. He told my mother, listen, I can keep him out of trouble, give him something to do. So he took me on a couple of projects. The first project he took me on was I went on set for Cotton Comes to Harlem. And then I turned around a couple of years later and I had another walk on for Come Back Charleston Blue. Then he got me in a TV show called Banachek. And so I was, it was pretty cool. But growing up in New York at that time, acting wasn't the most manly thing you could do. It came with a lot of critique that I wasn't ready to deal with at that time. So, I concentrate on my love. My first love was sports. And so I wanted to be an NBA player. And I had a brief stint overseas playing ball. I was in the Air Force. And, I came back from overseas. I tried out for the Phoenix Suns. Didn't make it. And I wound up back on the East Coast. And a friend of mine came to me one day in a meeting. And he said, I heard you talk about acting before. Are you interested in doing something? I said, well, not really. He said, well, listen, you don't have to learn. You don't have to learn any lines. Just walk on stage. And so I did it. That play was Black Nativity, Langston Hughes' Black Nativity.
Mm-hmm.
And that was 1989, and I've been going steady ever since. It's what I do. It's what I am. It's who I am. Without it, I don't breathe.
So who was some of your acting inspiration? Like, who's some of your favorite actors that you know, look up to? And some probably
Oh,
look up to you as well. You've been a vet in the game as well.
oh, well, my first and foremost is Denzel. Like that's like Denzel's my man. A lot of people, some people say, you do the same. Denzel, every role I see him in, even though I know it's Denzel, I lose him. I lose him. So I love Denzel. I love his work. I love his dedication to the craft, his approach to the craft. Daniel Day-Lewis, he's another one. Just phenomenal work. One of my earliest, I guess I don't want to say idols, but persons that people that I looked at their work was Michael Keaton. I loved his range, and so for me, that's the big thing. I look for range. Jeffrey Wright. I love Jeffrey Wright's work. I love his range, and so I pride myself on my range. From classical to contemporary to drama to comedy. A lot of people don't think I do funny, but I do funny. Actually, I think I do funny better than I do straight drama. So, yeah.
Okay. And not only that, but you are a acting coach as well also. So what has that been like for you, being able to train students and who are looking to get into the industry? Because there's so many people out here that are looking to become actors, that are looking to get their feet wet into the acting side, and not just the acting aspect of it, but the directing and producing aspect of it also.
Yeah, anyone who knows me knows that whenever I talk about this thing, I'm always talking about it in the sense that I try to teach, and I try to impart, just knowledge that I have and play it forward. It was given to me, and it's a gift. I just had a natural attraction to it. I guess my soul, my spirit, right, was drawn to it, but I still picked up skills and resources along the way. And so for me to hoard those things and not share them, that's not what an artist does. I create art to share it. So in sharing my art, I also share my knowledge of the art. And so I love to teach. I love when people are willing to learn and are willing to go to the depths in which I train myself. I train them like I train myself. So I'm a very, very psychoanalyst-based actor. Very grounded in method approach. But I also use Meisner and a combination of various techniques that I've been exposed to over the years.
Okay. So what advice would you give to the next generation of actors that are looking to get out here? Because there's so many things. And with this pandemic, which is unfortunate for it to happen, you said, you mentioned New York. The only thing that I could think that came to mind was Broadway, because this pandemic affected a lot of production. A lot of things got closed down and paused. So what advice would you give to actors out here, young up and coming actors that are looking to get their feet wet in this industry?
Well, I think the first thing is you have to prepare yourself, one, for just the rejection of it, right? And the nature of the beast, and disappointment. Because there's celebration, there's victories, but there's also sometimes there's heartbreak with it, and you have to be strong enough spiritually, mentally, emotionally to deal with those things. And so prepare yourself. So not only working on your craft, but work on your mental. Work on your mental, because mental health is extremely important in this day and time. I suffer from anxiety and depression, and I'm an advocate for it. So I talk about it. I put it out there, but it helps me to deal with that. Right before the pandemic happened, I had an audition for a Broadway role understudying Keith David. And so, that fell through, but, it's my first Broadway audition. So I was pretty cool with that I just got an invite. So, like I said, there are victories and then there are those disappointments. The other thing I would say for young actors is really to train and to get under somebody's tutelage and really learn what the craft is all about and what that commitment to it what it entails. I often, not often, I always ask any actor that I'm working with, why do you want to act? Do you want to be a movie star or do you want to be an actor? Because for me, there's a strong distinction between the two. And so the commitment for me as an actor is far deeper than the commitment for a movie star. A movie star, your commitment is more to your physical, your appearance, what you look like. You take some basic, but you're not really committed to this thing. And because sometimes it calls for a sacrifice. And are you willing to make that sacrifice? Some people aren't willing to make that sacrifice. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. All I know is, as I said earlier, without this, I can't breathe. And if I'm not good for myself, then how can I be good for anyone else?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And my co-host here has done some acting, so I'm going to pass it on down to him and let him ask you some questions, and then we'll get into our games with you. And you have a project coming up that you posted about
Yes.
September 9th to the 25th, which we're also getting to.
I'm excited about this production. We're getting ready to set Philly on fire with this. Really getting ready to set Philly on fire with this. So I'm excited.
All right. So I'm going to pass it on down to Johnny, and we'll get right into the project.
Okay.
Damien.
Yes.
So, I see the way you got into acting. That's very intriguing. I like backstories like that, where a person kind of is lured into it, because of one thing that a lot of people aren't aware of, and it worked in your favor. A lot of people don't know that the universe puts everything you need in front of you. It's just whether or not you see it, and that's what the universe did with you with acting, which is why you say it's a passion that comes natural. It's in you, not on you. You took the tools that were given to you and you used them to your advantage. So, with that being said, when it comes to you being on set, has there ever been, I'm not even going to say a scene, I'm going to just say a project. Has there ever been a project that you felt uncomfortable doing or unfamiliar with of doing?
The only time I would feel probably out of my own element is that I don't consider myself a triple threat. And so when I have to sing and dance, that's not my. And so there's a certain level of uncomfortability that comes with that. Outside of that, no. I'm uninhibited. I try to be uninhibited in my life, and I try to be uninhibited on the stage.
Okay. You still do theater as well, or you only do acting, or you still do both?
Well, I'm primarily a theater artist, so I direct and I act. I do more acting probably than I do directing. Just the nature of the beast right now. I like to direct more projects, but oftentimes I'm working on a project myself as an actor, so it's difficult for me to be in those two worlds. And then, it's also difficult to break through in this region as a new director, because in terms of directing in this area, I would be new to them. It's different if I look different, but unfortunately, I look the way I look. And so, that process can be a little frustrating sometimes because I can't work in some of the houses that I would love to work in, and have access to some of the resources that, would be available to me if I worked in those theater houses. But I'm doing great. I'm doing good work, doing the directorial projects that I'm overseeing now. I work with a young man named Darrell Lawrence in Lawrence Theater Company, and it's a really up-and-coming black owned theater company, black founded, black owned, black run. And so we're doing some good work there. So I'm suffice.
Quick question. Where are you located right now?
I'm located in Philadelphia. I live in the East Oak Lane area of Philadelphia.
Okay.
So I'm up towards Cheltenham, going towards that direction.
Okay. So as far as the director side of things, what are, when I say what are, I'm gonna say the question, but I'm explaining. What are your influences as far as getting your techniques of putting a production together, and where that question derives from, as in, like, say for instance, because to be a good director, going to school doesn't matter, because there's directors that never went to school and are good. There's directors that went to school that aren't good or whatever. So as far as compiling it, like, because obviously this can't be taught. This has got to be something that can only be come from within. So where do you like getting your techniques from to go about that?
As far as my approach to the directing aspect, when I read a story, I see the story as I'm reading it. And so I create the vision from there, just from reading the story. And then I just build on that, what that vision is. I'm a storyteller by nature. I mean, that's what an actor does. That's what we do. I had a director I worked for in Philadelphia, and one of his favorite phrases was, "Tell me a story." Like, he don't want to hear you acting and all that. He would just say, "Tell me a story." And the way people tell stories is they tell it with their whole body, their whole being, right? And that's what I do. So as a director, I'm telling a story, and I tell it from my vision and what that vision is. And hopefully that vision can connect with someone and give them some kind of either hope, inspiration, it's admonishment, whatever it provides, that it provides something, and that every person who experiences it, and I do mean experience, because every time I direct a show, my purpose is for it to be an experience, not something that someone watches, but something that they experience. So I hope that answered your question.
So, what were your 3 biggest achievements thus far in your career?
I would probably say, outside of my child, and raising a successful, healthy young black male in this society today, not in jail and not shot by a police officer. I think my ability to overcome, I've been through a lot in my life. I've talked about this in open forums. I'm a victim of molestation as a child. So I'm a survivor. And so to overcome those kinds of things and to work and to be among some of the people I have been around and involved with, that's an achievement. That's an accomplishment. I grew up in Harlem, New York, in the 1970s. I'm supposed to be a statistic, and I survived. I'm 60 years old, and I'm doing work, and I have the adoration of my fans, my colleagues, my peers. And for me, that's a major achievement. I've never been nominated for any awards in Philadelphia. I'm probably the most celebrated unknown actor in the city. But again, like I said, all those other things, the work, it's the work. It's always the work. And so every time I do a production, every time I go into a character, as I just closed this play a few months back called Reverie, and I played this man, Paul, that was an achievement. That's one of my biggest achievements, to be able to tell that story. So that's how I try to make lemonade out of lemons all the time.
Okay. I'll pass it on to you, Miss Stevie. That's all the questions I have for Damien.
Oh, thank you.
Nice talking with you.
You as well. You as well.
All right, so let's get right into it. The icing on top of the cake, your upcoming project, The Brothers Size. So
Ah,
tell us a little bit about this project because when I seen the flyer, I seen three black men. I said, okay. I
yeah.
kind of got to some places, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it talking about, I'm predicting what I think is about. Is it about black men opening up? Because in the beginning, you spoke a little bit about mental health. And some of my previous guests have
Mhm.
spoken on projects that they've worked on. Um, I can't remember the one. Shout out to Renaissance Jones as Men Cry Too or Men Need Religion Too, something like that to that extent. He did
Mhm.
some work that's similar to that, where it was about black men and they opened up about mental health and things that they go through in life in general. Each one had a story to tell. So I don't know what the symbiosis of the brothers' size is. So if you could kindly give people a little of what we can
Yeah.
expect.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Well, the brother's size is actually. Uh, I wanted to get this copy of this. I'm sorry. I apologize for moving.
No,
Um,
you're good.
Terrell Alvin McCraney. I always mess up his name, and I didn't want to do that. So he wrote a series of plays, the sister plays. Um,
Mm.
and they're called the brother. One is called the Brother's Size. The other two is Red Water, Red something sweet. I don't have them in front of me, so let me not misquote them. But he wrote these three plays, and they all pretty much go together. And it's about these brothers. And so you have an older brother who is more grounded. He's more, he's always taken on the role of the father figure because they were raised by a single mother. Their father died. If I'm not mistaken, it was almost believed that the mother might have killed him. Not quite sure. Got to go back and read the other books. But so these two brothers, their mother winds up passing away, and so they go live with their aunt. And so they kind of raised themselves because the aunt really didn't want them. She just was interested in the check that they got every month for them. So they did, they grew up in the church, and one brother was wayward, and one brother, he just kind of was against God. And so the younger brother who, wound up getting arrested and going to jail. And in jail, he has experiences. In jail, he's faced with a question because the play deals with identity. It deals with identity, sexual identity.
Mm.
And it speaks to issues about what exactly is masculinity.
Got it.
And it deals with brother love, brotherhood and what that is. And, you have that familial aspect to it. And then it also talks about, it brings in community aspects and how the community or the village helps or influences in the raising of children and how they play a part in that society. And so this transfers basically three cultures, and especially the way I'm framing it. You have the African influence because their names are Ogun, Ochusi, and Alegba, and those are each African deities. And so you have the spiritualism aspect of it and the African folklore aspect of it. And then you have the play takes place in Louisiana. So you have that cultural aspect and that influence. And then I've also blended in how those two influences filtered into like the fraternity aspect. And so there's a couple of numbers that will remind you of like a step show or that march that fraternities do oftentimes, the death marches. And so is that aspect of it. So I'm blending all these things together and blending these things that these men deal with. One young man is looking for companionship. He's looking for an attachment. He's never had an attachment with the character Alegba. Never had an attachment, and he's trying to find an attachment. And so, you know, you don't know if he misinterprets what he's looking for and tries to substitute or replace it with something else. So all those kind of questions are developed and answered in this play. It's just, and the work and the commitment that these young men have put into it, I cannot begin to be more appreciative. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. I cannot. I haven't been this way for a play in a long time, for something that I've directed. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait. That anxiety is just kicking in because I just know it's going to change someone's life. And
so, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll say it again. I said I just know it's going to change someone's life.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. It's touching on something that is very, very taboo within the Black community, and that is Black men and toxic masculinity.
Exactly.
What is, you know, the role of a man? So just through this, it's something that is definitely worth seeing. Yeah. It's September 9th until the 25th. And
yes.
The shows start Friday and Saturdays at 8 p.m., Sunday at 2 p.m.
Yep.
So where can people purchase their tickets to go see the play?
Well, they can go to southcamdentheatercompany.org, and there's a link right on their website, and they can purchase tickets there, or they can purchase them in person. It's 401 Jasper Street, basically the corner of 4th and Jasper in Camden. It says right on the corner at the Waterfront Theater. And so I'll give you this. No one else knows this. All right. So don't tell nobody. But when I direct a play, I like to stimulate all 5 senses. And so the other senses involved, you know, of course you hear, you see, right? But now you're going to smell. And so by smelling, the house should be filled with magnolia, the smell of magnolias, which is a Louisiana flower. And we're serving beignets and mint juleps at the concessions. So you get that New Orleans flavor style. So we're gonna stimulate all them 5 senses and really give some people a great night out. It's a very affordable ticket. I believe it's $22, I think. And which in Philadelphia is very affordable. So it'll be an awesome experience. So please come on out. Help see you in the house. Come up to me, say hi. But yeah, it's gonna be great.
And we got a question from you. Shout out to my paternal Alan Yankee. He says, as a director and actor, how can you tell when someone has more push than what they are given?
You can tell. You can just tell if an actor is fully committed because they'll take chances, right? The more I see you taking risks and taking chances, I'd rather be, you know, seeing you take chances as opposed to not taking any chances and looking for me to give you everything. How to move, how to say it. No. Take a risk. Make a choice. And then when you make that choice, we can work with that choice. Why did you make that choice? Well, I did it because of this. Well, is there a stronger choice you could have made? Is there a stronger action you could have made? What would have made that action? Because that's my thing, is what makes that action more dangerous? How can we raise the stakes? Always keeping the stakes high keeps the drama, it keeps the audience right there with it. When the stakes and you just mail it in, I had another director say one time at a rehearsal that I was in, boring. He just yelled it out, boring. But yeah, and so that's what I do. That's how I know when to push. When I don't see him taking any risk or making strong choices.
All right, Fashion Dolls, it is time for our games here with Damien and Johnny. Do you want to do the honors?
All right, Damien.
Okay.
We're about to play top 5. So you got to list top 5 things you cannot live without. Rapid 5. Like you gotta
We
spit it out.
we theater, women, money, and food. Not necessarily in those orders.
That perfect orders. Whatever you want it to be.
Right. Choice is yours.
All right.
All
And the
right.
next one, go ahead, Johnny.
All right. Next section is turn the tables. You get to ask me or Miss Stevie any questions, and the audience, y'all are welcome to as well. But Damien has the floor right now, and then after him, if you all want to ask any of us on the panel's questions, y'all can. All right, you can go, Damien.
Now, I just wanted to ask you guys, what made you reach out to me?
I guess I will take that one. I reached out to you because I was very much impressed by your work going through, and I feel as though Philadelphia, when it comes to Black arts and creating, they do not get the credit that is properly due. And on my platform, I want to make sure that all Black content creators, directors, producers, writers get their credit and their shine, and not just in the New York area. Like it's so many people out here who are looking. Black content creators, Black film directors, Black film producers. I wanted them to have a home and a platform where they can come and talk about their project. So that's why I reached out to you. And it's a pleasure to have you here in the Dollhouse. So.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And do you always look mean like that, Johnny?
Normally, yeah. I mean, not necessarily, but it's just
you look guarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In different days, different personalities come out, you know.
Yeah, you look a little guarded right now. Like, but you look. Anybody ever say you look like Prince? I don't know. Maybe it's just because the way this camera is. You kind of look like Prince to me, like a young Prince. Cool, awesome.
That's
so,
a new one.
That's a new one.
Yeah,
I've been getting Dr. J lately, so trust and believe. People say,
hey, you do. Now that you say that.
No, not you. But no, I mean, I'm really glad that you did reach out. It's been an awesome experience. I had anxiety. I'm not gonna lie to you because this is just me, right? And I'm a extrovert. I'm an introvert extrovert. So, right, my extrovert personality is a defense mechanism most of the times in public settings. But I'm extremely guarded, and so. But there are times when I do shut down, I have that, but most times it's the more jokes kind of I'm telling, keeping people laughing, the more they don't ask questions about me and want to know about me and want to get close to me. And so for me to have to be vulnerable in this sense, it was a lot of anxiety. But I've had a good time.
And that's my goal, to try to make make our guests, me and Johnny's guests here, comfortable on the platform. When they come on here, just like pour yourself a glass of wine, whatever you do, your recreational activity, do it and just relax and just have a good time. That's the purpose of this platform. It's like an escape for everybody to just get away from everything that's going on in the world, or whatever's bothering you, whatever worries you, to just talk about it.
Well, I hope you guys come out to see the show. Are you in the area? Well, you came to see Reverie, so you must be in the area, Miss Stevie.
I'm in the Carolinas.
Lord have mercy. You're in the Carolinas?
Yeah.
You came to see Reverie?
Huh?
You came to see Reverie? Did you come to see Reverie?
No, I've seen clips of it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was like, okay. Where you at in the Carolinas?
I'm actually in a little town called Bamberg, which is not far from Myrtle Beach and places like that. So,
okay. Yeah, because I was born in Charlotte.
I have a brother in North Carolina also. So, yeah.
My sister down there with her crazy self. And where you at, Johnny?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh man, my nieces that are here with me now just moved from the ATL. Actually, I'll be down there sometime next month. I'm shooting a film down there, so I'll be down there next month.
Like the whole month or just parts?
Just part of the month, but it'll be next month. It'll be probably just for a few days.
You shooting a movie or you doing theater?
No, I'm shooting a movie. Yeah, I'm shooting a movie down there. So, we actually
just let me know.
Yeah, Sunday I was actually on set, helping assist my friend, and then the scene that I'm actually going to be shooting that I'm in is going to be in Atlanta. So I'll be down there. I'll try to link up. Say how
yes,
do you,
sir.
Yes, sir. Put something up in the air.
I can come out and help.
I saw you handle a leaf there when you first came on.
A who?
A leaf. Was that a leaf?
Leaf? What are you talking about?
Were you rolling?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Really, it's been an honor. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
All right. Ciao.
You too. All right, fancy dolls. And we are now at the end of this interview with our very special guest, Mr. Damien Wallace. So without further ado, make sure you guys please go and purchase your tickets for The Brother Size. Go and check it out, www.southcamdentheater.org, and purchase your tickets. And is there any other plugs you want to throw out there, Johnny? Mr. Damien, before you go, before we end this live, let everyone know where they can follow, get your information.
I mean, on social media, Damien J. Wallace on Facebook, and the Guru 215 on Instagram. And that's it right now. I mean, I have some projects coming up, but I'm going to Java in 2023. I'll be in Java, Indonesia. So I'll be posting things from that as well online. So it's going to be an awesome experience.
Make sure y'all follow my nail page, Lux Fetish Nails. Check out the stuff that I've been doing lately. I'm gonna be posting more YouTube videos. I've just been busy at the salon, so I really haven't had time to do personal stuff. I've been doing busy stuff, y'all. So bear with me. And make sure you subscribe and follow and look at the past videos. And that is it.
Oh, wait. Let me see. We got some questions.
Oh,
okay,
really?
There we go. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We got one more question for you, Mr. Damien. Do your actors fully commit to the script or improvise when necessary?
Oh, no. There's no only time they are allowed to improvise if they absolutely go up on a line, and rather stopping and you know where you're at, just make it up and keep going. But I stress being verbatim. If the writer wrote it, we're gonna say it unless I decide to cut it, but say it the way they wrote it. I don't do that. No.
All right.
Yeah. But that's a pet peeve of mine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, do we have any last questions?
Any last questions? And if people want to, I teach acting. I teach a master class on every Saturday at the CEC, the Community Education Center in Philadelphia, 3500 Lancaster Avenue, from 11 to 2. And it's a master class, and I take newbies to old heads. All are welcome. Come on out. Pop in one day, see what it's like, see if it's something for you. I allow people to do that. You get like one free visit, then after that, you got to pay PICO and PGW in the water department. So. Got to pay the bills, but all are welcome. Come on out. It's a great time. Small class. you can get all the attention that you need. I can teach you work with monologues. If you don't know anything about theater, we can start there. I just meet you where you're at.
We got a question for Johnny, and this is from our paternal Island Yankee. Do you plan doing nails for movies? Do you plan on doing nails for movie sets and plays?
Yeah. So that's a great question because a lot of people don't really know the course of I'm trying to take in nails. So basically, my objective of doing nails, like my ultimate goal in general, because right now I'm just getting my shit back together, getting my money and shit together, blah, blah, blah. But like once I get all that together and I get back to focus, my main goal is to be an editorial nail tech, which is pretty much kind of a celebrity nail tech, but really a editorial. And the editorial part is being on like fashion sets, model sets, clothing sets, magazine sets, music videos, pretty much doing, you know, quick things. And well, sometimes it'll be quick. Sometimes it'll be like for like trade shows and fashion shows. You do artwork on the nails and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. That's what editorials do. And they get paid really well because you get paid for events instead of per nail you do. Because you're doing a bunch, but you're doing it in a, you know, certain amount of time for different sets and stuff and shit like that. And also the competitions and to be an educator, to teach, to do the nails as well. Because I'm opening up my own school. I have an English degree. So I'm going to offer English at the school, you know, and get financial aid and stuff like that. So that way, you know, if they don't necessarily have the funding, they can just, you know, get it. Because like you can actually do that for like nail schools, and I've seen that. So I got a scholarship to be an instructor. I'm just waiting on the woman to let me know whenever I can come and sign my papers and stuff. So I got that going, but I'm just, like I said, I'm getting my shit together now. But yes, I do plan on doing it for movies and stuff because, I mean, that's where that comes in at. And I've also took a makeup class in the lash class, so I know how to do lashes and makeup now. I just haven't posted the shit I know how to do yet because I'm still trying to get, you know, it's a lot going on. So, yeah, I got a lot coming because the shit that I have coming, the ideas is just like really just like overwhelmingly dope. I just have to like
step out there and do it. That's all.
Yeah.
Yep.
But y'all should definitely follow Let's Fetch Nails because I'm about to be dropping some dope ass motherfucking designs. Like artistic stuff, realistic portraits, paintings, stuff you be like, oh god, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I might want to check it out because I'm about to go up with it.
And we got another question for you. Island Yankee wants to know, when you make it big with nails, are you going to do seminars?
Fuck yeah, hell yeah. That's the point of it because I'm gonna be an educator too. So, you know, that's the thing. Like, I'm not going to be doing clients. Like, I'm doing that now because I need money. And, of course, I'm trying to make a name for myself. So that way, when I'm coming, magazines and stuff, I already know about me. And, you know, I have a resume. So when I do go to a nail agency and present papers to them, they're like, okay, boom, bet. Okay, yeah, okay, boom. He can be, you know, this, that, magazine here, magazine there. Boom, put my stuff up there because the art competitions that I'm doing, these are for magazine companies, but you know, you got to win or place to get them. And then they got the international ones where you can either travel or you can do it online and you get the recognition of it and stuff like that. And then they have ceremonies in person. Like, it's like a lot of those that I'm gonna be doing and stuff like that. So like, that's, you know, and then it's gonna be seminars where it's like, okay, boom, different ways you can do a different career paths you can take in nails, blah, 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 you know. Because there's dope artists out here. Like, these girls and few similar guys that I see, the slim few that I do see that do artwork, not just nails, that actually know how to do artwork. Like, you know.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, I mean, all the stuff that you were saying, there's work in the industry for that, theater and on film. So yeah, I mean, I would encourage you. Yeah, if that's something, if that's a passion, stick with it, and follow it through. Listen, I gotta check out, guys. I got another appointment. I got a Zoom meeting like 13 minutes. I gotta get ready for. But this has been an awesome experience for me again. Thank you for having me, Miss Stevie. And Johnny, it was a pleasure talking with you. All right, you guys take care. Your audience, thank you for watching, tuning in, and keep following Miss Stevie. Great interviewer. Great interviewer. All right. Bye-bye.
Take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Damien J. Wallace, Johnny returned today. Tomorrow joining us, we have actor Donnell Dupree. He's going to be here joining us tomorrow. And then Friday, we have Malcolm is going to be joining us. Well, not Friday, but Thursday. No show Friday. So next week, we have our girl, Tina Marie. She is going to be joining us. Conscious TV is going to be in the building. And that is going to be an interview you guys do not want to miss. So many amazing, amazing guests next week. So make sure you guys tune up. Follow my co-host Johnny's page, Lud's Fetish Nails. Please go and check it out. And check out the set that Johnny and Yummy did for me, the Terry Mugler set, which I reposted in my stories in case you guys missed it. Okay, we got one more question for you from Island Yankee. Are most of your designs creative thinking or inspirations?
Both. So the ones that I think of, I write those down. And I think on it. Because, it's my thoughts, of course. The inspos that I do get that I see that other texts do is more so the how can I say it? It's more so the artwork that they do that I create a theme based off of what they did. Like if I see a Rugrat cartoon character, okay, I'm gonna do a Rugrat set. It's kind of based off of what I saw. Like if I see, let's just say, because I follow a lot of foreign designers that do nails and shit. So like I be seeing like a whole bunch of other shit. So I'll see something like a teddy bear and it'll make me think of a landscape. Like, okay, let me do an autumn leaf forest or some shit or whatever. So like I get inspos off of what I see. So, and it creates another, idea for me to be like, okay, I want to do something, a variation. But, the ones that I think of be the ones that I'll start and don't finish. Because it's just like the thought. It's an incomplete thought. So it's kind of like an incomplete project. Then I come back to it and stuff like that. Those are the ones that I haven't posted and probably won't be posting until like another year or something. Because I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like I treat my work like an artist does, like a rap artist. Like, how rap artists be like, yeah, I made this song like 10 years ago, but I'm just not putting it out. That's kind of like some shit I would do with some nails. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, that's me. I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? It's just like painting and shit like that. Like I've even getting back into that. Like, because like I said, that's the stuff I used to do back when I was younger. I just, lost the passion of it because, my dream kind of died down because of, other stuff. So it's kind of like I'm getting back into more of that. So, like, yeah, most of them, it's kind of like a 50-50.
And you got it. You got it. You nailed the set. All right,
folks. Any more questions before we get off?
I hope you guys enjoyed today's interview. Again, tomorrow, Donnell Dupree is going to be joining me. And then Thursday, we have Malcolm McMichael is going to be here. So make sure you guys tune in. And the next week is going to get a little bit more hectic. So we've been just doing the breeze, taking breaks in between and making sure that you guys have amazing content also. So, all right. If we don't have any more questions, we're going to wrap it up here, ladies and gentlemen. And this, wait a minute. Let me see something. No more questions because I will have Johnny preaching. And you know he will. Oh my goodness. That's from Island Yankee. Again, thank you all for tuning into today's show. Hey, R guy, how are you, my love? I see you coming in. Shout outs to R guy. Make sure you guys go and check out Fashion Craze Love TV Network. Should be coming this summer. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Follow some of the cast members. Definitely go and check them out as well too. And the interview is up on Style by Stevie, so you guys go and subscribe to Style by Stevie on YouTube. Definitely go and check that out. And this interview will be up on YouTube as well as here on IG. So I hope you guys are doing awesome and fabulous and so much more. I love you all, and we will see you tomorrow with our very special guest, Darnell B. You guys make sure you go and follow Johnny, Lutz Fetish Nails, book your appointments. Definitely go and book your appointments before the summer's out, because next thing you know, September will be here. And then before you know it, I love you too, my love. Shout outs to our guy and Javen. Tell Javen I said hello. And thank you all for watching today's show. Style by Stevie has now garnered at least 5.3K on Facebook, the Facebook page. So thank you guys so much for your love and unconditional support. Like, the fan base is growing, our support system is growing, and just thank you for just tuning in every day, Monday through Friday, to watch the show. Definitely go and check out the replays. Check it out from the beginning. You know, it's up there. So we love you, and you guys take care, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 4. Take care, everyone.